Okay, I'm going to look at one of your chapter 8 homeworks. I'm just going to remind you this is almost like managerial accounting, just a tad bit different, okay? Meaning they add a little bit more detail to the problems. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump over here into our Cengage now. Here's the homework problem I'm doing, and this is actually number 1. This is on chapter 8. So they've given us quite a bit of information here. So I want to point out, when you're doing this, pull or glean, whatever you want to call it, the pieces of information that are the most important. Here, they're talking about the minimum balance of the checking account. That's important. Now, once it dips below that line, they're going to put in multiples of $1,000. They're going to look at the end of the month. And if that is 7,000 something, they're going to start pulling $1,000 until it makes it up over that 8,230. I don't know what your numbers are, but this is what my numbers are. Now, they try to pay it back as fast as possible, 1,000 and 2% interest. Doesn't say APR, it says monthly interest. Right now, we don't have any loans. So this is our beginning cash balance. And then we have our estimated right here. These are our cash sales. So what I've done is I went ahead and I set this up. So I already know that we have 8,920 here. And I know that all of these are going to happen in the relevant months. So I'm putting these in automatically. I'm also going to set these up so you guys know me. I like to see my sense about me. Now, here is the second portion. These are sales on account. So what we are going to look at, and so now we got to also be careful because they have estimated sales versus actual. So that's a little bit of a concern. So we got the projected collection of sales on account is estimated to be 68% in the month following the sale, 22% in the second month, and 7% in the third. So what does this mean? Well, in July, so what's the first month after July? August. Second month after July would be September. Third month, which is going to be 7%, is going to be in October. So we're going to go ahead and take that and multiply it by 7%. Okay, so that's the amount that we should have here. Now, we're going to make the assumption that all of this is going to be paid. I don't know why we're getting into this weird fonts. I don't like it. Your teacher is old school. She wants it Times New Roman at 12. Okay, so we're not going to have anything beyond November and December here. So in this one here, we have August. So first month after August is September. Second month, which is at 22%, is going to be October. Okay, 7% over here. Okay, nice. Here comes September. We're going to receive 68% in this month. I believe this month is going to be 20%, 22%. And then we're going to come over here and that's going to be 7%. And we're pretty much going to stop at most of these are going to be pretty much wrapped out. Okay, so I'm going to do something. I'm going to take 68 plus 22 and plus 7. So this is going to give me 97%. Or 97%. 68 plus 22 is going to be 90 plus 7. The 3% beyond the third month following the sale is determined to be uncollectible. Okay, so I'm just going to ignore it. In addition, the chain is scheduled to receive a $13,200 cash note in receivable. Okay, whatever. So we know that here in October, we're not supposed to receive this information until the following month. So this one's going to be times 0.68. And this is times, whoops, I didn't do that. This times 0.22. We're not scheduling for January, so I'm going to ignore that. So November, well, you don't receive it in October. November, not going to get anything. This is going to be times 0.68. Okay. That's November. Going to get it in December. Now we're not going to have anything over here in October, November, and December because we're not expecting to receive anything other than our cash. So we also expect to receive another note. So I'm going to write notes receivable. And that's going to be 13,200 right there. Okay, so that is what I'm looking at. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around and I'm going to add everything up. So what is happening here? Let's go grab that E, the magic E. So we're pull it all the way down. Okay, these are our cash receipts. Notice I did not put in the beginning balance because I'm not worried about that right now. Right now, I'm worried about figuring out the little nitty gritty. Okay, so there's our cash sales, collections on accounts, notes receivable payment, total cash available. So that's exactly what I've done here. And now we're going to do payment of inventory purchases, operating expenses, loan repayment, and our interest, total disbursements, our ending cash balance, what's going to be our bank loan at that point, and adjusted cash balance. So that's what we're going to do. So let's go find out our inventory. So I'm going to grab this piece of information and I'm going to use my handy dandy Excel. So this is going to be right here. Let's hope it works. It did. I'm going to move this over just a tad because it's not lining up in my columns the way I want it to do. Okay. I'm also going to hit the number because I want it to be exactly the way I want it to be. Okay, so cash disbursements are made the following month purchase using an average cash discount of 3% for timely payment. Monthly cash disbursements for operating expenses are through October, November are estimated to be that. Okay, so these are made in the following month minus the 3%. Okay, minus. I'm gonna put a formula in here because that's how I roll. Okay, so notice we're gonna have to put this back up to Times New Roman 12. Just so that oh, it's not even the right, oh, that bad column. Okay. Yes, your teacher is picky. She can't help it. Okay, so that's going to be the amount. Again, remember that we are going to be taking that 3%. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to minus and put this in parentheses times 0.03. Okay. And then following, okay, minus that. Okay. Times 0.03. Okay. So that's what I have there. I'm going to ignore December because that's not going to be paid until January. So the next thing we have is we have our operating expenses. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in there. I've got 37,900. Over here is 4,600. And 45,900. So let's kind of check and see what's happening here. So I'm going to go ahead. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put in my beginning balance. And I'm going to take this 1 month at a time. Receipts, payments. This is me. This isn't the book. This is me doing it my way. I want to do it my way. Okay, 8, 9, 20. My receipts are going to be right here. And I'm going to drag this formula all the way over because that's how I want it to look. Now I'm going to look at my payments. Okay. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm looking pretty darn good. Something's wrong. Something's wrong with your teacher's information. The reason why I'm going to say this is because this is cash sales. So that's what we're going to get automatically. This is my cash balance. I'm missing some payments in here somewhere. I know there's got to be more, unless I went and I put this down as a wrong number. Oh, no, I didn't. No. Oh, yeah, you guys already figured it out, didn't you? Figures. Okay. Let's make that a negative. Just wondering why this was not making it look as pretty as I wanted it to. Okay. This is the information here. So what's going to be my ending balance? This is before I apply any loans or anything, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and sum this. And the reason why I'm kind of stopping right there is because I want to make sure that we meet that threshold. I think it's 5,320. So let's go ahead and take a little peek over there. 8,230. You got to have at least that amount. Okay, do we have any other loans? We do have a 200,000 line credit, but we have 0 right now. 8,230, they're going to apply it by increments of $1,000 so that we at least our checking account is at that minimum, 8,230. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to put magic number just so I can remember. Wait, let's just put it down here. Okay. 8,230. Double check. 8,230. Okay, right now we can see that our ending balance is at 407. So we're going to go ahead and put in here loan advance. I'm going to put loan payment, interest payment. Okay. Ending balance. So I need to put in $9,000. I think it's 9,000. 8,230, there's my threshold. Make it bold so I remember it. I just took out $9,000. Now, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this beginning balance right here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sum this. I keep summing this. And we're going to come over here and we're going to grab this one, our ending balance. Double check and make sure we're doing everything perfect. Now, remember, I took out this advance, and so we want to pay it as fast as we possibly can. So let's pay it. We're also going to pay the interest. I believe it was 2%. Okay, look at this. I'm beyond my threshold, so I can't do that. Okay. I'm also going to come over here. Are they saying they're making? That's 2%. Okay, this one, I'm kind of gonna, we're gonna play with it. It's a negative. This times 0.02. Okay. We're not gonna, we gotta be careful with this. There's no way we can go in here and pay the 9,000 because we fall below the 8,230. So let's go 7,000. We have to prepay it in increments of 1,000. Okay. So I've also paid off all of my interest, okay? So now if I take the 9,000 minus the 7,000, I only owe 2,000. So we're gonna go ahead and pay off that 2,000 right here. Okay, I'm also gonna take that and I'm gonna take that 2,000 and multiply it by 0.04. Oops, 0.02. There we go. That's what it should look like. Okay, so there you go. There is your cash balance or your cash budget. Looking pretty good, huh? It's not that bad, okay? So I just want you guys to know that Excel is your friend. Do exactly what I just did, where I go in here and I start using my Excel and it helps me with my formulas and everything. And I can see things, set it up the way you can see it the best. Don't worry about matching what the book has. Worry about what makes sense to you, okay? So that is going to be the end of my recording now.